Well, what are we fixing today? Today, I'm finally, now this was like number 9 on my list of videos, and I'm up in the 30s. So I'm finally getting to showing you how I do an IFAN03 to change the caps for US use, for making it work, Home Assistant, all that crap. So, if you're interested, you want to see me solder this baby, stay tuned. This I showed you the box already. This is my IFAN03. This is the controller from a fan that I bought. I bought a brand new fan. The brand new fan comes with, it's a Westinghouse fan. I'll give you the ID and stuff that I bought, so you can kind of see what I did. This controller has 4 speeds. This one has 3. But not going to use that. What we're going to do is we're going to open this baby up, because the speed control capacitors that I need are in here. And if I don't like the format that they are, I think they're going to be fine. I just have to unsolder them from the board. If I don't like the format, I have this, which is a, read it there. Oh, upside down. How come it's upside down? This is a cap from another fan. It's a 4 microfarad and 5 microfarad. These are good numbers for US fans. I can always put this one in there. This came out of a US fan. Or I have some of these that I bought originally, and I can give you a link to these too if you like. Can you read those? Oh, these are 5 UF, 5 microfarad, plenty of voltage. These are the ones that will fit exactly in here. These are the same form factor. This is what Sonoff should have in theirs for the US version, but they don't. So let's start here. Let's open this baby up, see what we got. Yep. Brand new $150 fan. First thing I do, take it apart and unsolder it. All right. There's that. There's this. What do we have in here for caps? Big old heat sink. All right, that's going to be in the way. Wait, there we go. So they have a 7 and a 10. And this one's probably a power supply cap. They have a 7 and a 10. Ooh, yeah, that's neat. And you know what? Let's open this up. Let's check this for form factor. How bad is it going to be? As far as fitting, there's probably a little spot in there that this is supposed to fit. Screws. Don't care. So let's look at that. This fits. Oh, it says right on there, 10 UF, 7 UF. All right. Take a look. It's a little bit, oh, it's the same height as that, but it's a little bit taller than this. Same length here. Same width. Pretty much the same size. I'm thinking that this is important though, so it might be a little tight. So we'll see. These are the 2 caps they have in there, and they are 2.5 UF. See it? 2.5 UF, and what's this one? 3 UF. So if you're running on 220, 240 volt mains, this is great. Works fine. If you're running on 120 mains, like in the US, not fine. So those have to change on. Oh, without turning this on. So let's see, this is the original, I mean this is the factory one. I have to take off. Okay, let's dig my solder out here because now that's hiding. Got my solder ready. Got my iron. I'm going to take off this lead here. First step in unsoldering something is to solder it. Get the solder fresh and clean. Get your flux in there so that it heats up the pad. Okay, that's 2 of them. The other one I think is here. I believe here. All right. And I have a solder sucker here. The way this works is you push it back like that and then it goes slurp. Go. See how that does. It's a handy little deal. Little notch in it. I can just pull it out. So this is the 7. So let's find something to mark with. Just in case weird things happen, I gotta put it back in. This is the 7. This one's a 10. Okay. The one I can tell is loose. Just have a bunch of electronics in the way here. There we go. And there's the 10. So there's the 2 caps that were in the fan. They're out. Now, I'm going to do the same here. Although I'll never put these back, but I'll know which one's bigger and smaller. So this one says 2.5. So, and this one's the 3. So let's get these out. All right. That's much more appropriate for this. And there we go. This one I haven't soldered yet. Yeah, this is working nicer. Ah, no, that's not solder. That's not solder. Let's do that stuff there. Right. All right, let's see what we got. Still pretty solid. We're gonna do it this way. Got most of the solder out, so now I'm gonna heat it up and then pull back on this a little bit. Pull back here. Let's get you up a little bit higher. Take this and pull it out. Goes. And make sure you don't lift the top pads when you're doing this stuff. Then you've got some bodge wires and fixing to do. That's as far as I can get it on the first pull. The same with these. Let's go a little bit harder because you can't grab it quite as well. Okay. There's one. That one was pretty clean. That's two. So the top solder pads is what was giving me a little difficulty there. These are the ones I took out. And as you can see, like I said before, if it's still available, the eBay link that I bought these at, these are identical-ish. They fit in there just perfect. So, unicorns. Anyway, this side looks nice and clean. That side looks pretty clean. So I'm not going to do any more cleaning on those. So now, this one says it's a 3, so that gets to 10. And I can go from here to here. Yeah, why not? I got plenty of lead. This goes in that hole. This is the 10, just checking. That's the big one. That's a little too big. Oh, there it is. There we go. Bend it over. Let's solder that immediately before it falls out again. Before it falls out again. Stay happy. Don't make me quote Monty Python on you. Okay. That's in. This ends up there. So this is going to be like, kind of like sitting here like this. So this has to reach around, so we'll use all of this. And it's in. Alright. Solder that one. I'll put a little tape on this stuff later. There's a little end hanging here, which I don't like, which is going to bite me. So, let's see if we can fix that. I could have put heat shrink on here, but I don't really need to. It's down inside. A little bit of tape is it's not going to get disturbed. It'll be fine. Okay, so that's the 3, and we got the 10 in its place, so this is the 7, and we'll put it in the place of the 2.5. So, this is going to be ish, like this ish. I'll worry about the leads later. And this one's going to be like this ish. In it. So it ain't fat. No fat tinning. Alright. This goes in here. That's it. So, this is here, this is here, this has to just reach back there, cut off a little bit, strip it, tin it, not too bad. Put it in. There's that. Oh, it tastes bad too. New Chinese plastic taste. I haven't had this very long. Okay. So now the 4 caps are in. I can turn off the soldering iron. Now it's just a matter of window dressing. I'm probably going to dress it up. Okay, so I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to have to glue it, right? So See how they got over here. See how they got over here? They got some of this RTV bodge stuff. That's what I'm going to use. Let me take care of sticking this down together, and then we'll come back. Okay. So I've gotten back from gluing this. I got this clear RTV I put on here. I made sure I covered the ends so that nothing is touching the wires. They're well insulated now from everything. And I also use it to glue this down so it's mechanically secure. I also checked that the cover will fit on here just fine. It goes all the way down. I had it snapped on, so I know this will work. So we're all good there. Now we just have to flash it. Now this is my FTDI adapter. You gotta have one of these. There's a lot of different ones around. Check the net. I forget what the number is, but there's a special number that pretty much always works. If you see one online that has the like gold thing around it, that usually works. You always set these to 3.3 volts. If there's a jumper and a setting, you always need 3.3 volts for a ESP chip. So mine's set to 3.3. That becomes VCC. Out of here, red's VCC, brown is ground, yellow is transmit, and orange is receive. So the transmit on here has to go to the receive on here. The receive on here has to go to the transmit on there because they have to be swapped so the talk can talk to each other. I have them in the right order on this clip. If I look, ground is on this side, VCC is on this side, so I'll turn it over, and it even says ground right there. So I need to put this brown one on that side. And you want to do it from here, because if you do it from here, your pins might short out against the can for the ESP chip. So, I mean, if you can keep it insulated, that's fine. If you want to solder on here, you can. Doesn't hurt anything. It's not needed though. So, brown to ground. Ground is there. Do that from this side. Brown. Ground. So there they are. They're all poking through. VCC through ground. So I'm going to go over here. And all you need is like a mechanical kind of twisty on it in order to hold that in there. I'm going to use this weight. Turn this so we can see it. So this is going to kind of keep it bound in there. You should be able to see the lights here. So let's give this a shot. It doesn't really matter, but none of these should really touch each other. There's no high AC over there anyway, so that's all fine. Make sure this is good. The insulator in there, good. All right. So here I have Tasmotizer running. Do a refresh and you can see there's no TTY ports at all in this. No TTY ports connected. We're going to connect this TTY port. And when we do that, we're going to hold down GPIO 0. So hold that down. Plug in the cable. Flash. That's good. You can let go of it now. So let's see here. Refresh, and now I have my TTY port pack again. I want to do the release of 8.4. Tasmota bin. You want to erase before flash because you don't want anything that's in there. And you do Tasmotize. And here we go. Flash. You see it? A little darker for you. There, you can kind of see it. The red kind of blows it out, but the green does flash in there. There we go. Okay, so we're back. Now that we have it flashed, what I did was to get it on a stable power supply. I capped off the outputs. I put AC power on the inputs so it's running on its own internal power. And I put the covers back on, and the new caps are in there, and everything should be good. I then set the Wi-Fi password and stuff on here, so that I did it while you can't see it. I should have set the MQTT. I didn't, but I will. I'll just kind of blur it out for you. Set that stuff. But then I gave it an IP address. I locked in an IP address in my router. So, I mean, it doesn't even pay to show you. Every router is different. You just have to put this into a reserved part of the IP address list so that the number is always the same. You really want it locked down, because any kind of automations and stuff you do with it, it just makes it easier to find if the number is not floating around. If you're really awesome and have names that work on your network, I don't. But if you do, then the numbers don't matter. But in my case, the names don't matter because I don't have them locked down, and the numbers do matter. So here we are. It says it's a basic module. So the first thing we got to do, who remembers from my other video? The other video will be, somewhere. I'll link it up. My video where I do say what you should do after you flash Tasmota. The first thing to do a reset 5. We're going to do a reset 5. This will make sure everything's wiped. Now, when we flashed it, we did say erase everything, so this is probably not really needed here. Let's give you the right screen so you can see. So we'll just do it again so you can see. I just did a reset 5. Doesn't matter if you do it again, that's fine. It does the erase, reset, and then restart, and it keeps your Wi-Fi information. So you always want to make sure that all the other garbage is gone from here, because you're flashing in new stuff. There we go. It's back. Now, what other things we want to do? We want to set the module type. So, go to the main menu, configuration, configure module. This is a IFAN03, so it's a type 44, type 71, type 71. There we go. And we do a save. Now when it comes back, you'll see it has a bunch of relays and stuff, so it knows how to do what it's supposed to do. For relays, these are the speeds and the off. There we go. One of them's a light. I don't know which one's the light, but now it knows what it is. So let's go back to the console, and let's add some more cool information. Here, I have a string here, backlog command. This will make sure all the hosts and stuff look right, and then it'll do all the host names. That should be better. That's better. Now we got the names and stuff in here. All right. Now we want to do. Okay, I have a syslog host on my network, which stores all this stuff here. Can you see it? Oh, this way. It stores all this stuff. As it scrolls by, it stores it into somewhere. So as weird things happen to my network, I can go back and look at what's going on. If you want to know more information about a syslog server, you can look it up. There's some Tasmota docs. I might do a video on it someday. Don't know. All my Linux and my Tasmota and whatever else I can logs in there, and I keep that information. It's setting the syslog, the web log, the serial log, sets the group topic to Tasmotas. Now, the new ones, it's all in there already like that, but I just add this anyway. And it sets the MQTT log. So now all the logs are going and forming like they're supposed to, and you can see them correctly in the way I do it, and they will show up in my syslog server. That's good. What else do we need? Set option 65, which is one of my things in my video, right? Just make sure that weird power glitches in the system doesn't cause it to reset. Set option 57 scans the Wi-Fi every 45 minutes to make sure that it's connected. If it's not, it finds one and connects. This is all the time zones and stuff. And again, in my things you should do video, I explain more how to do this, how to set it for you. The string I'm putting in here is for Wisconsin for daylight savings. It also sets my NTP servers, which I have locally on my network. You might have something different in there if you have something local, or if you want to put in a national one. That's all good. I'm back. I got everything working. It was easy because I just had to like copy a lot of stuff I already did, because I have a couple of these running already. But I'll go through it all with you. Let's start with here. Oh, I'll do it over here. Here. This is one that's, okay, so here's the light. And I'm going to bring this up to the microphone here. And then you can watch on this screen as well. This screen. You can see things happening. So I'm going to turn on the light. Here it click. And it goes on. Off. So that's the light. And this is the fan that's on, so I mess with this, I make her crazy. But I can go over here to low fan speed. You see that goes to 1 up there. And you hear the second click. So what the IFAN does is when you click low, it goes on the medium for about 3 seconds or so. That's to make sure the fan gets up to speed, and then it drops it down to the low capacitor. Now when I go on medium, it just goes to medium. And you see it do that. And when I go to high, it does a click and then a second click. I'm not sure what the first click is. I think it might be medium again, but listen. I don't know. It does that. Then you see it change on the device and off. Now if I just go straight into high, let's see what it does. No. So straight into high, it does some kind of a boost and then it goes to high or something. So it probably goes to medium for a little bit and then the high. Let's start it off. Put it on medium and it just goes to medium. So that's how it works. And then this is the light. And the light on and off. So everything's working. I'll go through the screens here with you. And how you get this nice thing going on here. Right? So here is the sensors. This sensor runs this thing here. See where it says 66%? How this shows up. This is the magic of templates. This sensor here does that. It makes that percentage thing do that. It's just kind of cool. Now, I also put a sensor in here for a fan signal, so I can see if it's getting a good Wi-Fi signal. I do that on all my Tasmota things. I have a panel of them somewhere. But That's what I do for sensor. Now for the fan control, this is what I was hoping set option 19 would do. There's too much here to ask for. This, and I'll, this will be in the description in the text. You'll have to obviously change your commands, flip around your topics, all that kind of stuff. But you have Jen's new fan, which is the name that matches this. Again, Jen's new fan matches this, except it's in lowercase chase, and then all this other stuff. So this is needed to make the fan function. This is then read also by this stuff, and this is the buttons that are controlling that. And you can do it other ways, but this is the way I do it. Here's light. This is just a simple MQTT light. Not a problem. And here's the Lovelace stuff. Wait. Oops. Here's the Lovelace stuff. Now, I think it's okay. I'll have it correct. I think this belongs here. I don't know. We'll see. I'll check that the formatting is correct. These are my colors that I picked. Jen likes purple, so shades of purple like this is these colors. And as you can see, like when it's off, does that, medium, high, low. So those are the colors that are done by this, and this is controlling that fan entity row here. And in order to get that, it's the easiest way to load it is with hacks. Otherwise, you can do it other ways too. And this is the Git repository for it. I'm not going to go into how to set that up because I've had it set up for a while, but that's it. Ask for help on that if you get confused. You can always come to my Discord channel and we can work through it. That's it. That's all the setup. And the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to go away for a while and I'm going to come back and show you it working. So, more to come. Okay, here's the fan. I got it all installed. It's a big one. It's a 60-inch Westinghouse. You can see up in the top there, I've made a couple modifications. I have a wire going that way for something, and then I have a wire going that way for the extra light pack track lighting that's on it. So on this IFAN I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the two down here, 6, 7 bulbs. So total, they're about 8 watts a piece, 10 watts a piece. So less than an amp. So that's okay. And you can see I'm going to have my assistant now turn it on low. You hear the beep. So when I did the setup, I didn't tell you how to make it beep. So if you want to know how to make it beep, take a look at the description. I'll give you there's one rule buffer that has 3 rules in it that sets up the beeps. I forgot to do that originally, and you notice it's called Jenny's fan for a reason. Well, Jenny didn't like it that the beeps weren't there, so I got the beeps going. So now she'll turn it on medium. As you can see, it's sped up. You heard the 2 beeps. And now she'll turn it on high. Get 3 beeps. High is straight through. This is as fast as the fan goes. And you can see that it changed speeds nicely. If I would have used the 3 and the 2.5 UF caps, the first 2 speeds, first one it wouldn't have moved at all, second one it would have barely moved, and the third one would have been the same speed. If I had used my normal 5 UF caps, it would have been about half speed. But using the caps that came with it, it goes to full speed. Okay. Well, that's my video for today. What I'm going to do at the end of the video, I have some footage from another fan that I hooked up first with the iFan in the original configuration with this 2.5 and the 3 UF caps, and then what it looks like after you put in the 5 UF caps, which is the normal configuration that I've made the other ones. And you get to see how useless it is on low. Maybe it moves. It's bad. So we'll put that at the end. You can watch it or you don't have to. As it is, thanks for watching. Appreciate your patronage, and if you're looking for input on my videos, or if you want more information, or if you want some cool thing from my 3D printer, join up Patreons. I have a link in the description for that. You can always help me out other ways. Best way you can help me out is subscribe and like the video. So until next time, thanks for watching. Take a look at the fan test. All right, hello. This is my baseline test. As you can see, this is a cheap ass fan. It has no light. The light is separate and over there, so it has no light. But I did mount a controller on it years ago, and it has this kind of remote. So it's a dummy controller like that. I'm going to baseline this so you can see how fast this one goes. I suspect, based on my experience with the IFAN02, that low will be too low. So we're gonna do this. All right. Push low. Well, it starts up and it goes. Looks like it's, you can hear the air conditioner running in the background, so you can't really hear it running. The sound of the fan isn't really what this is about anyway. This is like relative speed. You can tell that's rolling fast enough. It's going to run by itself. It always has for years. Alright. Go on medium. There, it's up to speed. Let's go a little faster. You can kind of hear it whooshing now. Alright, I'm going to go on high. High. Alright. So that's the relative speeds it has before I mess with it and do anything. I have my IFAN03. I currently have it paired to my phone using eWeLink. Standard, just like any consumer normally would. Not in DIY mode. Just standard stuff. Alright. I'm going to shut that off. And I'm going to mount this. Okay, welcome back. I have installed the IFAN03. See it up there? Again, like it was on the other one, the light power is just capped off. I don't plan on using the light for this fan, just the fan. I got the remote. I gotta figure out which one to go with here. Looks like number one. Let's give it a click for low. That is
Whoa. That is... I don't know if that's not useful. That's low beyond low. Still turning though. I bet you I give it about 20 minutes that it won't be. Yeah, I'm not really happy with that. All right, let's hit medium. 1, 2, button 2. Oh, only one beep. The IFAN02 does a double beep when I push 2, which I like better. I like this remote better though. So this is probably where low should be. Or closer to this. That looks pretty stable. See, this is the experience I had with IFAN02. Actually, it was worse on that one. It wouldn't even start in low. So I think they improved. I could hear it do an extra click in there. And I think it's like, you know, starts on high for about 20 seconds and then it goes to low or something, or starts on medium. Alright, let's do this. Number 3 here. Three buttons. And this is high, and high is just full speed, so this should be identical to the other one. High is just all the way on, right to the lines. So that's going to be the same. Alright. So now I know the EV Link works. Oh, I can't show you the EV Link. The EV Link does work because I touched it on here, but I'm videoing with the same machine that I have the EV Link connected to. I did upgrade the firmware on this, by the way. It's at 3.30, which is the latest as of when I put this up here. I think the problem's with the capacitors though. So I think I'm going to take this one. Let's go back, see what happens when I go back to low. Yeah, push number 1. It's probably going to be better because it's already got speed up. This is probably where low should be. But it's still slowing down. Yep. Alright. And this is with no speed control feeding into this. I have a switch on the wall that has a speed control on it, but it's set to high, which means it's set to straight through. I'll show you the speed control that I have here on the wall. That's that guy, but it's set to high, which is straight through. I'll probably change that switch since I'm going to have the Wi-Fi plug hooked to this. I don't want this set to weird voltages because it's probably not good for the box. So I'm going to be changing out that switch, and I'm going to go into the IFAN03, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at what capacitors are in this one, because I was happy with this speed. Let's turn it around. There you go, it says. I'm not going to need this box anymore, so I'm going to go in here and I'm going to take the capacitor or capacitors out of here, and I'm going to put them in there. That sounds like a plan, right? Okay.